All right, you know the drill. Get your drawing supplies out. Today we are talking about Daniel, who is an awesome person from the Bible. So our story about Daniel begins with this guy named the King of Babylon. He had attacked Jerusalem. He took many people to Babylon as captives, just as the prophets had warned the people. Daniel was a young man who was taken to the king's palace to serve the king. Daniel served so well that he worked as an official for several kings. He was very honest. He loved and obeyed God. And every day, 3 times a day, Daniel knelt in front of his open window and prayed to God. So for our first picture, we're going to draw Daniel praying out of his window. If you want to follow along, please feel free. We're going to do 2 parallelograms, I think these are called from my math years, but I could be wrong. Sideways rectangles with 3 lines of sort of blinds to make our sort of shutters, I guess, with the window. And then just a regular old big rectangle. To draw Daniel himself praying, we're going to go ahead and give him pointy nose, round head, closed praying eyes, open mouth, and then we're going to draw his praying hands, which will just be oven mitts essentially. And we'll round out his body. And there you are, Daniel praying. He kind of looks like Gru from Despicable Me. Now there was a king named Darius, the king of Babylon. He was very pleased with Daniel's work. He decided to put Daniel in charge over everyone in the government. When some other government officials heard about the king's plan, they were very jealous that the king liked Daniel so much. We're going to make 2 very angry government officials who hate Daniel and how much the king likes him. Circles with little angry eyebrows, eyes of any kind. Gonna make this one have pupils. And go with a pointy angry nose, yet again, and a frowny face. I'm gonna make this one shouting with teeth. Rawr. These jealous and angry officials spied on Daniel day and night, trying to think of a way to get rid of him or make the king not like him. But they found nothing wrong. When they saw Daniel knelt in front of his window and prayed to God 3 times a day, they did get an idea. Alrighty, everybody, hit me with your best light bulb. I like to make the little bottom doohickey first with these little ridges. Go ahead and put a little nub down here. I feel like that's on a light bulb, but I'm not a light bulb expert. Then we'll go up, circle, down. All right, now I'm gonna put the little yellow light thingy in there. I think it's technically burning. I don't know. I should really know more about light bulbs. And a little shine of light. And this light bulb represents the idea that these guys had. The officials' idea was to trick Daniel. They wanted to make King Darius make a new law that said that for 30 days, nobody could pray to anybody or anything except for King Darius. So that way, when Daniel went and prayed by his window, that he would get arrested and thrown into a den of lions, which nobody ever survived. We're gonna try and make a little law bill, sort of scroll parchment paper. Law, with some words on it, and then we shall go ahead and add the king's seal at the bottom, which was usually a red circle-y thingy. It looked something like that. With this new law, it became illegal for Daniel to pray to the Lord. Daniel could have stopped praying. Daniel could have tried to pray in secret, but no. Daniel went ahead and he still prayed in front of his window because he knew that that was going to honor the Lord. Now, when these jealous officials saw that, they jumped on the chance to get Daniel arrested. And they told the king, "King, king, 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 Daniel's praying at his window, and you said that nobody could do anything but pray to you for 30 days. We're gonna draw a devious little tattletale looking up at Daniel's window, seeing him pray with a devious little snicker and sharp teeth because he's devious, and a pointing finger because he's tattling. Now, King Darius was upset, not because Daniel had disobeyed his law, but because he realized the leaders and officials had tricked him into making this silly law just to get rid of Daniel. In Babylon, once a king made a law, he could never change it. King Darius knew the silly law had to be obeyed. He sadly walked with Daniel to the lion's den. I'm going to try and make a lion here. I don't know exactly how to tell you to do this. Go ahead and copy me if you want to. Otherwise, you can try making your own lion. Give him an eye, angry eye. Give him a mane. Little ears poking out. I think Simba has ears poking out. That's kind of what I'm going for right now. And roar. King Darius sighed. He said, "You have been very faithful to your God. I hope he can save you from the hungry lions." And with that, Daniel was put into a pit filled with hungry lions. A stone was rolled over the opening to the pit, and King Darius had sealed it so no one could move it. That night, King Darius worried about Daniel. He walked back and forth, wondering if Daniel's God would save him. Early next morning, the king ran to the lion's den. He called out, "Daniel, Daniel, did your God save you?" We're going to draw sad King Darius. We'll start with his crown. Nice and yellow, made of gold, presumably. Then we're going to start making the king. I'm going to draw him blue because I feel like he's really sad right now. He wishes that he hadn't been tricked by his officials and that Daniel was not in the lion's den. Draw the side of his head. Oh no, with a nubby ear. Give me just a second. We're gonna use a more different blue. All right, side of his head with a nubby ear. Go ahead and draw his beard. Kind of like tentacles coming every which way. The other side of his head with his other ear. Then we're gonna draw sad eyebrows, like that. Little eyes, little sad eyes. A U for his big nose, and a tiny little upside down U for his little face, because he's sad. But then something amazing happened. Daniel called back out to the king and said, "Yes, God saved me from the lions. He sent an angel who shut their mouths. He knew that I did nothing wrong." Very glad, the king ordered his soldiers to pull Daniel out of the den. The king then sent a message to everyone in the country that Daniel's God was the real God, and the jealous leaders were punished. So now we're going to draw our lion friend, but this time with an awkwardly shut mouth, because he can't open it because it's being shut by an angel. This time it's going to have a surprised eyebrow, and we'll give him a little one of these exclamation marks marking his surprise. Give him his mane, little ear. Now for some questions for you at home. Why did the officials get the king to make the law? Go ahead and hit pause and give your answer. The answer is they were jealous of Daniel and wanted to try and find a way to imprison him so that he wasn't in charge of them anymore. Question number 2, what did Daniel do in response to the new law? Go ahead and pause the video to answer the question. The answer is that Daniel prayed anyway. He trusted that God was the one to be worshipped and not to fear the king's law. Question number 3. What did God do when Daniel was with the lions? Go ahead and hit pause so that you can answer. God protected Daniel. He sent an angel to shut the lion's mouth so that none of them could bite Daniel or otherwise harm him. You see, boys and girls, what this story shows is that God wants us to pray no matter what. And Daniel knew that. Whether life is hard or life is easy, we can constantly lift up our prayers to God, and He hears us and He does something about it. Thank you so much for watching the video this week.